let's go live now to Canberra. Jonathan Lee joins us. And Jonathan, the West Australian Premier Mark McGowan has complained about special exemptions given to Australians to fly overseas on compassionate grounds. It was interesting to see Gladys Berejiklian yesterday say every state needs to pull their weight when it comes to hotel quarantine. Where are we at now?
Yeah, good morning to you, Laura. It's very clear every state isn't pulling its weight when it comes to hotel quarantine. In fact, you talked to Daisy Coley earlier, who's an Australian woman with a husband currently stuck in India. She's over there assisting her ill father. She's trying to get back to Australia, and her 2 flights home now through Japan to get back here are costing her a staggering $8,000, which is quite incredible. Now, Mark McGowan has made the point that he believes Australians should only be able to fly overseas in the most extraordinary of circumstances. Of course, Western Australia is currently taking precious few flights, and even the most scarce are only coming from India itself. But the argument now is about how and when Australians should go overseas. The Federal Health Minister, Greg Hunt, has made the point that Australians currently already are enduring the toughest travel restrictions in place since, effectively, the Second World War.
We are now, as a general rule, not able to leave our country. This is the heaviest peacetime restriction that I'm aware of in our lives, and potentially since the end of the First World War. Obviously, wartime, very serious conditions were in places.
Now, already we have that 30% reduction in chartered flights and repatriation flights coming to Australia. The information you have, Laura, is that will be further restricted. Matt Canavan was on Sky News earlier this morning, making the point that with 9,000 Australians currently stuck and stranded in India, a place of peril at the moment, there is a moral responsibility to bring Australians back home.
You know, I just don't. Mark McGowan here seems to be a panic merchant. He's had, I think 2 versions of community cases in 12 months. If anything, we should be getting better at this and able to take more people, because there are still thousands of Australians stranded overseas that want to come home, and I feel very much for them.
What is very clear, though, Laura, is we will continue to see this argument about a national or a federal quarantine system. It's something Jason Clare has been calling for.
These are things that government should have taken action on 12 months ago. I know the spike in India has been recent, but I still can't get my mind around why the Prime Minister last year didn't pick up the phone to the head of Qantas and say, start your engines, I'm hiring a bunch of planes to get Australians out of places where they can't get out, get planes to people who need it, get Australians home, and then set up nationally run quarantine services to make sure that those Australians are safe and can get back to their normal life. The government should have taken that action last year.
Yeah, Laura, I understand the Prime Minister is currently in Sydney with this National Security Committee, a number of people up there with him also. Once the Security Committee has been completed, he will give a courtesy phone call to the state premiers before addressing the national media. Laura.
Jonathan Lee, thank you.